This is Matt from HD Tuning. This is Matt from HD Tuning. I am Matt from HD Tuning, and this is my E36 M3. Just kidding, start over. It's not an M3.
Come on.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Matt from HD Tuning, and this is my Z3M Coupe. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of this car, or these cars in general, and then tell you what I'm doing here. So the Z3M Coupes were made from '98 to 2002, and the first few years had the S52 motor, the E36 M3 motor, which is a glorified 328. We didn't get the real motor. In Europe, they got the S50 B32, and every real car guy knows that was the best motor BMW ever built. Two of those sandwiched together was actually the McLaren F1 motor. By the way, if you know anyone who has one who wants to tune it, please send them my way. It's a life goal of mine to tune one of those, make the fastest McLaren F1 in the world. I've kind of made a niche for myself tuning hypercars, like LaFerraris, 918s. I've tuned more Pagani Huayras than anyone in the world. I made the fastest Bugatti Veyron in the world, but I wouldn't have those things if I didn't start with this. So this car has like a personal history for me. So in high school, I remember getting a brochure from somebody from the BMW dealership, and when I opened it up, there was an E39 M5, and it was Le Mans blue with the black and blue interior. When I looked at that, I was like, I like misfired. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And literally seeing that has changed my life. So in high school, seeing this car, I was like, this one day, you know, someday. And then when I was 21, I started working, and it's the first thing I bought for myself was an E39 M5. And of course, that got me into tuning. So like I tuned my own car. I still tune E39 M5s every month. So I haven't advertised it for 15 years, but the work that I did back then, I still get residuals off of. So like my passion for tuning cars came from this generation. Now this is 2002 as well. Same computer, obviously different. I've had a lot of cars over the years, you know? I had 7 E36 M3s. I had an E46 M3 that was the same color, Laguna Seca blue. And this was kind of like an amalgamation of everything, everywhere I've been. It's hard for me to convince myself to go backwards. Like I already did that, but this is like a Frankenstein. This was an E36 chassis with the E46 M3 motor. It was like, we couldn't believe BMW did something so cool. They gave us something new in the old body. These are rare. I think Laguna Seca Blue, they made 51 of these. Only 16 of those had the black and blue interior. You can see the interior in this thing. Very unique. Like I get a lot of thumbs up in this thing. Another interesting tidbit is this used to be John Cena's car. So when I bought, I don't know how you fit in it either. I know what you're thinking. Like my arm hangs out of it, it ain't that big. So when I bought the car, someone from like, I don't know, there's like an M Coupe Mafia. They're like, hey, can you register on this Excel spreadsheet? And when I read the notes, it said, we heard a rumor that this car was bought by John Cena. I was like, there's no way that guy fit in this thing. It's called a clown shoe, but he would have had to wear it like a shoe. And then I looked at my title and I was like, John Felix Anthony. I was like, oh shit. So I took a photocopy of that. It's for the next owner. It's a cool tidbit. I think it would be really cool. I know he's a car guy. I've done a lot to the car since he had it. It would be really cool if we could have him find this video and drive his old car. Obviously, cosmetically, I did wheels, suspension, and it already had a Super Sprint muffler. It's got headers now. And, you know, when I was driving it, I was like, this isn't... 333 horsepower was enough for 2002. It's not enough today. That's like Camry shit, you know what I mean? So I strapped a supercharger onto it. I put a 6-speed in it because it should have had it from the factory. I realized someone's having a conniption right now. This is a factory, you know, cherry car. It should be in a museum. It belongs in a museum, so do you. So that's a line from Indiana Jones. One person will find that funny. So this car has low miles, but it's not museum quality. It's been driven, has about 34,000 right now. And if you're gonna drive something, I'd rather walk than drive stock. people will see this, it's unique. There's a lot of cars these days are like watches. A lot of people buy them because they're like, look what I have. Look, you know how much this costs? This is something that has soul. It has like value to me personally. So like everything that I've accomplished in my tuning career started with this. So rather than like, I feel really disingenuous selling products and being like, hey guys, I'm the best. Like dislocate my shoulder, patting myself on the back. So rather than sell you something, this is just a story of like me as a person, me as a tuner. I got into tuning because of this type of car. I have a passion for it. And this is kind of like something interesting to show as like a legacy for myself. I just became an uncle, by the way. So hopefully when, to twins, my brother had twins. Well,
not him, but her.
Yeah, he was always a boy, so it was his wife who did it. He didn't switch teams or anything. But yeah, when they're old, Ella and Barca will see that their uncle was always cool, you know what I mean?
That's right.
And I was never young.
Always old.
Always old.
Old and wise.
Exactly. Well, hopefully, I'm trying. So, this is my personal car. I'm not trying to hit a record, but I do want to tune it. You know, the shoemaker has no shoes. It took me a long time to find time to dyno tune my own thing. So today is just a personal day. We're just gonna have fun, see what it makes, make sure it's safe, tell a story, and hopefully people enjoy it. Stay tuned. Thank you. I think these are HRE 501Cs. I don't know if I made that up. Maybe that is. This is the only thing that reminds me of John Cena. I think he painted these orange. Other than that, everything else I did it. I kind of left it like that. Wouldn't be my first choice, but there's like a story here, you know?
Yeah, that was kind of his like combo, right?
Yeah. Maybe like I'll sell it to a Make-A-Wish kid or something. They'll appreciate it. Either that or someone from Love on the Spectrum, you know? Those guys really like wrestling. Have you seen that show? Oh, it's fucking adorable, man. Like, they're totally innocent. They're just love. They say whatever they think it, they say it. There's no mask, you know what I mean? There's no social. They're just good people.
Just let it go.
It's what we should be.
That's how it should
You know?
be. Say what you think and how you feel.
I really love that show. And to be honest with you, it's because I see myself in them. It's a little too on the nose. It's like that's what's in here,
Yeah.
and then I have to translate into looking like a normal human being.
Zeros and ones in the brain, and then you
That's
gotta
right.
translate.
Yeah, translate from binary 001 000. I mean, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you doing though? Do a run to see where the fuel's at. I just put a fuel pump in it, so I have to scale the injectors, and without seeing where it's at, I don't know what to do. You know? So just the baseline. I don't fucking know. You want to run it one more time, see if the fuel changes? That's the first time it's been to red line since the pump. It's the red line or the blue one? Oh. Well, if it's blue, it's too lean. Let me flash it. Way too lean. All right. Time for some nerd shit. I legitimately do this because I think I'm the best in the world. I would do something else otherwise. Like,
Much are, though.
I mean, no one likes someone saying that. You know what I mean? Even if it's true, it's like this fucking idiot, this douchebag. But everything I do, I try to be the best. I'm very competitive. If I'm playing video games, racing, whatever it is, if I'm doing it, I try to be the best at it. And this is just something that, like, I fell into it. It's like growing up, I didn't know tuning was a job. I didn't know you could make money off cars. I'm so glad I do. But yeah, it's like there's some kind of fate at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a higher power that just all my failures led me to the right places to win. And I've been able to do really cool stuff with my life. You know what I mean? And it's never really my worst day working for myself is better than the best day that I had in corporate America, in school, anything like that. This is like really fulfilling. I get to solve a problem nobody else can solve. I've set records, you know, tuned multi-million-dollar cars. And it's fun to do. It's fun to tinker with. Oh no, I forgot I have to tune. Okay, I just have to take my injector scaling out, all good. This pump is supposed to be stronger. It looks weaker. We have a technical issue, which is this fuel pump seems to not flow enough fuel.
Is that something you can...
I can try and trick it, but I tried to do that with a stock pump. So,
When they change the fuel pump, do they do the filter and everything?
did not do the filter. But I'm going to try this. If this doesn't work, I need a new pump.
Another one? Just bigger?
Yeah, like DJ Khaled. Another one. I'm gonna get. I'd overdo it this time. Like get an E85 pump or something. Because this is worse than stock.
How big is this one?
It's supposed to flow more, but maybe it needs more fuel pressure.
Like injectors?
It has injectors. Kit comes with injectors. I mean, fuel pressure could be low, but like it's a flat line is just in the wrong direction. So I'm adding 13%. Let's see. Technically yes, but good no. The injectors in the opposite direction. Usually you put a pump in, you have to scale it back. I'm scaling it up. But if it stays flat, we'll keep doing it. Let's see what happens. One pop. Honest opinion, this pump is shit, but
So no sense in even doing it, because if you're going to put a new one in, we're going to have to do it anyways.
I'll have to do it again, yeah. Like if it stays flat all the way to the end, like you see it went from here to here.
Yeah.
If I keep scaling it down and I drop it to 12, totally fine. It's like if I have to do weird shit in the tune, I have to do weird shit, but I think this pump is rated at a higher flow rate, but at a higher pressure. So the fuel pressure is set. And I'm just scaling the injectors as if I'm going in the opposite direction, which shouldn't have it. So I'm trying to figure out how that's possible. But if it stays flat, if I was able to go from here to here, if I could go here down to 12, all good, I'm happy. Shouldn't have to do this, but this is why we custom stuff. I need my laptop.
Part of the job, doing weird shit.
So weird. Like I wouldn't be unhappy about like a flat fuel curve like that. But what I had to do to get there bothers me.
Why? Just because it's...
Because I'm scaling the injectors in the wrong direction. So this pump, for the same flow, same fuel pressure, flows less than stock. Yeah, I think the only solution is new pump. You think it's heat soaking? I mean, I can pick up some low and mid range by leaning it out, but the top from where it was, I feel like I'm missing boost. And also just this pump has to be wrong. There's no fucking way I should have to do this much work. All right, I was thinking something has to be up, right? So I'm thinking like, look at this. I was like this, I wonder if this is collapsing. And then I've actually never looked at it. Now look down here. This is a cover, right? This is faced the wrong way. And then when I look at it, can you see what's in there? Do you see the intake? This should be pointed at this, and it was facing, this cover is facing the wrong direction. So it's shielding air from coming in. Yeah, so if I can turn this, like I'm doing dental surgery on a car. If we're sucking in air from here, we ain't getting any air. That totally makes sense. Well, that's my missing power.
Airflow, airflow.
Airflow.
Dirty hands, clean money.
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and cry. Let's run it again after. At least it's getting air now. It was sucking in ambient air. There's all this fan bullshit for nothing. It was facing this way.
Let's get that warm motor.
Yeah, that makes sense now. All right. Now the math equation, it maths out. I'm out of breath.
Hard work.
You know what's funny is, like, I got to own the car the rest of my life and never figured that out. At what point was I gonna just?
Follow it. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, I knew I was missing power. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Ah, all right. Well, let's see if it makes a difference. Imagine power goes down. All of this for nothing. I'm gonna quit my job.
Yeah. Last video anyone.
I'm sorry, John Cena. I failed you.
Yep.
You know, I heard he married a Persian lady. Yeah, if I find him, we can have kebab together. Kubida. Kubida. Yeah. I want him to drive it, but also he really fucked my bolsters up, man. He's a big dude.
So you're gonna say, hey Johnny, watch.
Take it easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I think it's a.
Win?
I think it's a win. Like, right as it sits right now, I made 200 wheel horsepower over stock. I can't be upset about that. You know, definitely the pump isn't right for the application. I'll get to it at some other point.
But now you can enjoy it.
Now this car moves, you know? It's probably around 3,000 pounds. 460 wheel.
That's pretty quick.
I mean, 460 wheel with sucking ambient air. Let's see if I don't think it'll hit 500. If it did, I'd be really giddy. But for this size of a car, you know, someone in a Trackhawk, I was driving my Modena. I have a stick shift Modena. I'll be buried in that car. It has so much personality. It's not fast though. Some Trackhawk.
Or the tub?
No, the Ferrari.
Oh yeah, okay.
I also bought a 57 Speedster. That's what you're talking about. The 57 Speedster, I get more compliments than any car I've ever had. McLaren, Ferrari, nobody, like people, how much is your car? Which is such a strange question to ask a stranger. How much is your car? How much is your mortgage? Go fuck yourself. But I really love the 57 Speedster because it has a lot of personality. I love the Ferrari because it's the same thing. Like you don't get a manual supercar anymore. Gated, like the sound it makes, the feeling, but it's not a fast car. So a Trackhawk was like videotaping me yesterday, pulls up next to me, and he's like trying to, I'm like, I'm not gonna be on your Instagram reels, dude. This is, you know, this is not a win for me in either way. So I just waved him off. It's like, I'm too old for that shit. All right, let's do, we'll do one cool runnings with a working intake. And then we have a Ferrari to tune after this. We can videotape that. That's what I really do. That's my real job. Ferrari tuning. This is just for fun. Sounds good. 467, 350. So that's basically 200 horsepower over stock. In my heart, I want to complain, but I can't complain. For what this car is, that's amazing. Just from a supercharger. Like if you turboed it, sky's the limit, I suppose. But I've already done that. I had an E36 M3. I put a built motor S54 turbo in it. It was really fast, but it was like going in a straight line, you're constantly correcting. I was actually like, I was in the final to win shift sector, and it tore the engine and tranny mounts. I was in the last race, and everything just broke off.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was too fast. Fun, but I think a supercharger is more reasonable. This is fine. This is fine.
That's good power.
And not like in the way of that meme where the dog is sitting in the chair and everything's on fire. This is fine. I mean, it's actually fine. 350 wheel torque, 467 wheel horse. I'm happy with it. We actually have a Ferrari F8 to tune. I do a lot of Ferrari work. I do tunes for Ferrari dealerships. Most of the time I set cars back to stock for dealerships, but sometimes they also sell my tunes. So I get a lot of requests around the world for Ferrari stuff. I honestly believe I'm the best Ferrari tuner in the world.
I would say that about everything else too.
Yeah, thank you. But I wouldn't have that skill set if I didn't start with this thing.
Of course. You don't just jump into the deep end and learn to swim there. You gotta swim in the shallow.
Drown a little bit.
Drown a little bit and learn like, oh yeah, that sucks, better figure out.
I don't hit rock bottom, but I hit the sides a lot. All right, see if we can unstrap it. Thank you. Life is better tuned. I'd rather walk than drive stock.
That's going on a t-shirt.
Yeah, make the t-shirts. Everybody asked me, Chance made these. Well,
Yeah.
you know, everybody asked for it because it fits well. Like you still, you know, it's like, still look good.
Yeah, man.
I don't like the shirts where your arms don't fill out. You know what I mean? I don't like the arms that your arms don't fill out your shirts also, but if it fits well, I'll wear it every day. So I just need to make more HD tuning shirts.
Because there's only, what, like 4 in the world right now?
It's a limited product. It doesn't mean it's worth anything. You know, I neglect making content because what I like doing is tuning, not making content. I also feel like I'm being disingenuous by trying to sell a product. I feel like my product sells itself, and I feel weird standing in front of people and saying, hey, guess what, I'm the best. But yeah, I have to put myself out there, and you know, this car has a story. This car has like part of my soul in it. The rest of my job is my job, but this is like personal. So I feel like I could be myself, and you know?
I do know.
I know you know, that's why we're friends.
That's why we're here.
I'd like to show in the next video tuning an F8, just the process. I'll talk a little bit about that. We made the fastest SF90, the fastest Bugatti Veyron in the world. Shout out to Houston Crosta. And yeah, this is just a normal day in the life of a tuner, I suppose.
Right.
Thank you. See ya.